No man will give you more advice than a man that wants you to be his wife.
Seen a video on here and they said no man will give you more advice than a man who want to make you his wife. I agree 100% because when you messing with a man that want to be with you for the rest of his life, for the most part, he gonna try to teach you everything he know. If he feel like it's something you lacking in, he gonna try to teach you everything you know. He gonna try to give you all the game that somebody has ever given to him, everything he's ever learned or been a sponge to. He gonna try to make sure that you on a straight path, that you know everything going on around you, that you know keep bullshit people from around you. That man gonna want the best for you. That man gonna try to give you every piece of knowledge that God has given him to you. And sometimes it could be overwhelming because you'll feel like, oh, he's coming at me like a dad, or oh, it's not that. He just loves you and he wants you to know everything he know. He wants you to learn everything he's learned. He wants you to be everything you can be because he sees you on a higher level than you've ever seen yourself in your life.
I mean, I agree with pretty much what everybody else said. Yeah, I think if you have a knowledgeable man who is husband minded, he wants to pour into that woman that he sees, that he could do life with, it would behoove him to do that because he's investing into her. Um, so yeah, I agree with the clip.
All right. Dope, you spoke on this already?
No.
Go ahead, sir.
Um,
We go to Willie.
there could be some truth there. I would have to process it, and what I want to process is because I think that men who are teachers in general, like I feel like me, I have a teacher spirit, so I'm always trying to give game. I'm always trying to give somebody ideas. Like you can come around me, and if after just talking to you, I'm gonna start telling you what I think you good at or what business you should do. I'm like, yo, bro, why you not doing this? Like you need to be doing that. Like you need to be doing this, that, and the third. Like I'm always trying to give because I always have ideas and I'm always trying to give knowledge. It's just how I am. If I get around a guy who's young, he's like 13 years old, 15 years old. I'm like, oh, what you want to do? What you want to do in life? Like I'm just trying to give game. It's just I'm consistently in that state. So but just due to sheer time you're going to be around a woman who you are interested in, you're probably going to end up giving her more game than you giving anybody else because just by being around that woman. But I do think a lot of men have that spirit where they want to help. Like Willie, he volunteered. Like he's a football coach. He don't got to do that. Like he probably is a almost like a dad to a lot of young boys. He don't have to do that. It's just something that is in him to do. So mm.
All right, go ahead, Willie. It's on you. No
Uh,
man will give you
is
more
a man's
advice.
is a man's discernment better than a woman's? Yeah. That's all you have to do is just look at the fact that men move off of experience and logic, women move off of feelings and emotion. And intuition is something that should be based off of your experience. Women treat intuition like it's some mythical third eye, like some psychic little voice in their head that says, "Don't give him no coochie. He gonna make you a single mother." That's not how that shit works. Intuition is based off of you're being able to be intuitive about situations that are familiar to you based on your previous experiences. Therefore, if you look at the amount of women who are saying who have children by deadbeat men compared to the actual amount of men who have children who aren't deadbeat men, we win. Like that women's intuition shit is dead because of that. As far as a man pointing into you, giving you advice, of course, I give my woman advice all the time because I care about her. I give her suggestions about how to be more efficient, things she could do different. Like when I hear her struggle with something, I'm gonna talk about it. Like I'm gonna say, well, hey, you struggle with this because you do this. If you did this, you'll do that. We plan for women that we care about long term, and giving them advice is one of the ways that some of us test our women to see, okay, is she willing to be led? Is she willing to, is she going to actually be submissive to me? If she tells me she has a problem and then I solve it or give her a solution for it, does she do it? If not, cool, you understand where you have work to do. But no man is going to be sitting here telling a girl to do shit that he don't give a fuck about. Like, and again, if women's intuition was so strong, they would already know that. They would know, like, this man told me he okay with me selling pussy and having an OnlyFans page. He don't give a fuck about me. But the guy who don't want you going on girls trip The guy who don't want you saying hanging out with hoes, or the guy that you're saying wants you to be with other married women, he's controlling all of that shit. That's what your intuition tells you.
This is my last question. I think it's a good question. So a lot of times when we are having disagreements, we can't seem to see eye to eye. There's no recognition when it comes to like what's feelings and what's logic. So is there some simple questions that we can maybe ask ourselves? We can either put out there in the dialogue to determine if we're operating out of feelings versus logic.
I'll let somebody else
First
go, but I
question.
do have a comment.
The first question I ask is, am I a man or a woman? If you're a woman, probably feelings. If you're a man, probably not. But then there's a secondary question. Is my response in reaction to my current emotional state? That would be the next thing. And again, if yes, go sit your ass down, take a nap. If no, continue to think through the process logically. Like it's it's not hard. It's just like not trying to be funny, but it's just not something that most people are forced to do. There is a space for women to be emotional all the fucking time because the double standard that men support, and we give you guys that space. Men don't have the opportunity to be emotional constantly and still thrive. If a man is emotional, he's probably a thug. He's one of them street niggas who think step on his shoes, he wants to shoot you. You tell him no, he's like, well, fuck you then, bitch, and throw a brick at your head. Like, those are the emotional men. There's no space where a man gets to be emotional, not even in the alphabet community, where they get to be emotional and then, you know what I'm saying, and thrive to some point, because always going to be someone there to hold us accountable. With a woman, if my woman is emotional and she's got some issues, she's crying and shit, I got to eat that. I got to take that. I got to support her, give her a little, coochie touch, or whatever it takes to make her feel good, because she's a woman and she's allowed to be emotional. But if it's something where we're just saying, well, how can we not be more emotional? I'm not trying to be funny, but I think that's the best time for a woman to be like a man. That's the only time that a woman being masculine is beneficial to me. If it keeps her from being in her fucking feelings about like silly shit. Or you know what I'm saying? Or if like someone's tone bothers you, that's an emotion. Like it's not because of anything else. It's not about what's being said. It's about how it's being said to you. That's a feeling. That's an emotion. Logically speaking, if I say, "Hey, sucking dick for money is a bad idea," I didn't say it in any type of way, but you feel bothered by it. It's because of how you feel about it. I mean, the shit ain't rocket science. We kind of make this shit way more complicated than it need be.
If I can add something else too, and it's something that I always practice as well, is giving support for your statements. So I think you make it harder when you say a point and then you give some support to kind of fill it out. It'd be hard to really argue against it because it just adds to the logic. So sometimes giving an example, sometimes giving a credible reason as to why I said what I said. And I think you kind of like eliminate it. So, but some people just is going to refuse it anyway. And those are people you probably want to stay away from because they don't want to listen. They don't want to receive any information. It's all about what it is that they feel and then what they think. And it's really not going to work unless the person does some inner work to be able to have a healthy dialogue back and forth.
I know when 90% of the time, if you move off emotion, you're gonna make a bad decision. I don't care what it is. If you move off the emotions, 90% of the time, it's gonna be a bad decision for whoever. And so now, me as a man, now I got to fix this. Now I got to correct it. Now I got to adjust to it. I can't. I can't come if my wife's emotional, acting emotional. I can't come and acting emotional with her because now nobody's gonna be reasonable. Nobody's gonna be logical. So now we're gonna be forever fighting and arguing and going back and forth because I'm emotional. I'm in my feelings about what she said or what she's doing or what she's not doing, and she's in that. So how we gonna end there and get resolved? It's not. Somebody got to take the high road. Somebody got to take somebody got to be the bigger person, and it's always got to be me. Because I know with most women, that emotions could carry on for days on days. Y'all women hold grudges. Y'all women hold. Y'all can hold for a whole goddamn year. I watched it. I've seen it. A whole year, y'all will hold grudges. So you think a man in a relationship? You're goddamn right. These heifers are crazy, JR. And that's just how they move sometimes, off emotions. And so imagine being in a relationship and somebody still got a goddamn grudge for 2 years ago for what you said that was, baby, you look a little fat in that dress. Oh, baby, you want me to be honest. But now that I'm being honest, you still in your feelings. You ready to put that dress. Matter of fact, you'll go emotionally spin and buy a whole new wardrobe. Because I said that one dress makes you a little chubby around the waist.
Man, shout out to Hink, man. It's his first time using the word heifer tonight. I could be wrong. First time, man. I thought he was gonna make it out without that word.